ನಮಸ್ತೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ. ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ನ ಭಾಗವಾಗಿರುವ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 3ನೇ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ 15EC33T ಎಂಬ ಅನಲಾಗ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 5ನೇ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಡಿಮಾಡ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಎರಡನೇ ಸೆಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. In the last session, we discussed about the concept of electronic communication, the block diagram of the communication system, and also we discussed the different type of electronic communication system. In this today's session, we are going to discuss about the difference between the analog and digital communication, and also the difference between the baseband communication and broadband communication. Let's start with the distinguish between the analog and digital communication. As we know, the analog and digital, here the signal is very important concept. In that, in the digital, we can see in the block diagram, we can observe the difference is whatever the signal we are going to transmit, that is will be in a digital data, that is we are going to encoding. Here we can see in the block diagram there is an encoder at the transmitter and there is a decoder at the receiver. So when you see in the block diagram in the analog communication, we have a input transducer and output transducer. Here, any physical form we can convert into electrical signal by using this transducer at the transmitter side. At the receiver side, the electrical signal can be represented in a output message in a representable form by using an output transducer. Here in both the circuits, we can observe the modulator and demodulation. Here, the digital communication, we are going to use a digital modulation technique, whereas in the analog communication, we can use analog modulation and demodulation technique. This is regarding the block diagram, the few concepts we should know when we talk about the digital communication and analog communication. With respect to signal used, here we are going to use digital data in the digital communication to transfer between a source and destination, whereas in the analog communication, we are going to use the analog data signals to transfer the information between a transmitter and a receiver. Next, when we talk about the digital data always in the form of bit streams, that is zeros and ones, that we can transmit a point-to-point communication or point-to-multipoint transmission mediums. In the analog, the data is converted, whatever may be the physical forms of data, it may be in the audio, it may be in the form of video or any data signals that we are going to convert into an electrical form before transfer through a communication channel. Here we know in the analog communication, we are going to use a digital data signal. Digital data is always a discrete values than a continuous values. In the analog communication, we are going to use the analog signals, that is a continuously varying signal with respect to the time that should have an amplitude, frequency, and phase. When we are discussing with the digital communication is made up of some digital circuits where the switches, where the transistor are used as a switches. Here, it is easier and cheaper to mass production. There's easier and cheaper in the mass production technique, and because we are using a digital circuits. When we talk about the analog circuits, it is not easier and cheaper because here we are going to use the analog circuits. It needs a precision values of voltage compared to the digital. When we talk about the reliability, in the digital communication, here it is more reliable. Analog communication, we can say it is less reliable because in the digital circuits, if there is any faults in a circuit, there is no much variation. Here, it's not, if there is any fault in any circuit, there is no much variations, whereas in the analog circuits, if there is a small change in a one circuit component, this results in a huge variation. So we can say analog is a less reliable and digital is more reliable. When we talk about the noise, in the digital communication, the noise effect is less because here the noise, we know it as an unwanted signal that is due to the interference. In the digital signal circuits, it will be less. Whereas in the analog communication, the noise and interferences is more. When we talk about the transmission quality, the digital communication, it will a better quality it will give because the whatever you are going to transmit, if over a long distance between the source and the destination, no matter what is the distance you are going to transmit. When we talk about the analog communication, compared to the digital, analog communication, which is a poor signal quality because the signal is permanently degraded due to the noise and interference. Next, when we talk about the data that we can be stored or not. So in the digital communication, the information can easily gathered, stored, and retrieved and evaluated using a digital techniques, whereas the analog communication, the manipulation of the data is difficult than the digital circuits. The multiplexing option to increase the capacity of a certain existing systems that can be increased by employing a digital multiplexing technique in digital communication. By employing the digital multiplexing technique, we can increase the capacity of existing systems. Whereas in the analog communication, the multiplexing is difficult than this digital compared to the digital communication. When we talk about the cost, this digital circuit in the digital communication systems are costly, whereas analog is less costly. Compatibility with the newer transmission. Here, digital communication is compatible with the new technology, with a newer type of transmission medium. It supports the optic fibers and waveguide operating, which is in a frequency of 30 gigahertz to 100 gigahertz. Whereas analog communication is not much suitable for a newer type of transmission line. Next, when we talk about the bandwidth, in the digital communication, the bandwidth required is large. We require a huge bandwidth for the transmission of digital signals, whereas in the analog communication, the requirement of bandwidth is less to transmit an equivalent analog signal. Here we require a special circuitry like A to D converter at the transmitter and D to A converter at the receiver. We know analog to digital converter, which converts the analog signal into digital at the transmitter side and digital to analog at the receiver side. Whereas in the analog communication, there is no need of such devices like analog to digital converter and digital to analog converter. It is providing a much security. The analog digital communication provides a security because the message that can be encoded. Here, the various coding techniques we can follow in the digital communication, whereas in the analog communication, there is no such security is provided for the message transmission. So these are all the few differences we can make between the digital communication and analog communication techniques. Yes. Let's see the difference between the baseband and broadband communication. So these are all the different type of communication, whatever we are going to discuss. Here, this is another type of communication, electronic communication systems. In this, the baseband communication, here as we discussed in the first session, here the original information signal, the message signal, we are going to transmit directly to the, we are going to transmit by the transmitter. Whereas in the broadband communication, the message signal to be transmitted is superimposed with a high frequency carrier and it is transmitted as a radio frequency signal. Here, in the baseband, the original message signal we can transmit. The message signal ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ transmit ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Whereas in the broadband, this is for a long, particularly for a long distance communication. So we need to we need a high frequency. So we are going to superimpose this message signal with a high frequency carrier to transmit over a long distance. That technique is called as a broadband communication. No modulation and demodulation are used in the baseband communication because the information signal in message signal ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ನ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ no modulation and demodulation is used, whereas in the broadband communication we are going to modulate the technique. That is only the first point we discussed here. The message signal in information signal ಇದೆ, information signal ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಈ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ನ ನಾವು ಹೈ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೂಪರ್ ಇಂಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. That is, the modulation is required in the broadband communication. So, in the third difference, we can make the one signal can be transmitted at a time. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ TDM ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು. Here the time division, in the time slot we are going to transmit only one signal. Here the frequency division multiplexing technique use ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ so that the multiple signals we can transmit in the broadband communication. In the baseband communication, the cable attenuation and distortion is greatly limits the transmission distance. Like it's over a longer distance, we cannot communicate properly because there will be no more attenuation and distortion in the baseband communication. Whereas in the broadband communication, the transmission over a long distance is achieved because here we are going to do the modulation process so that we can achieve a longer distance communication. In the baseband communication, it is a simple design and it is inexpensive. So it is very easy to work with the baseband communication. In the broadband communication, it will be a more complex design and it is somewhat expensive. So we can we discussed the baseband communication is mainly we are using it for a single signal we can transmit at a time, whereas in the broadband communication we can multiply the signals and we can transmit. So FDM technique is used in the broadband communication as well as the TDM is used in baseband communication. So overall in this discussion, the baseband and broadband communication, so modulation is required in the broadband communication since we are using this for a long distance communication. Here we can see how the baseband communication and broadband communication can carry the information. Here in the baseband, the single information can be carried at a time, whereas in the broadband, the multiple informations. You can see here the 3 informations can be carried in a broadband. Here the baseband signal is the original signal, that is a digital signal that is transmitting from the workstation to the modem, and from this modem it can carry the multiple signals. So that those signals are multiplexed and that can be modulated. Here we are calling it as the modulated analog signals. There is a broadband signal that we can transmit over via channel. So in this session, we understood about the difference between the analog communication and digital communication with a block diagram, how actually the data is going to be transmitted in analog, what are all its advantages and what are its disadvantages, as well as in the digital communication also. Next, we discussed about the baseband communication and broadband communication and why we are going for the modulation, in which type of communication this we discussed. Now, let's discuss few multiple choice questions regarding this session. First question, what do you understand by the term analog communication? Option A method in which one of the properties of a carrier signal varies in proportional to an instantaneous value of modulation signal. Option B, a way of data and computer communication. C, a numerical coded communication. D, a suitable method for long distance communication. Answer is a method in which one of the properties of the carrier signal varies in proportional to instantaneous value of modulation signal. So this is the meaning of analog communication. In this analog means we are going to use a continuous varying signal. So here the communication which follows the modulation, in which it will be having a carrier signal and a message signal. So these instantaneous values of the sinusoidal signal is a matter in this communication. Yes. Question 2. The function of multiplexing is to reduce the bandwidth of the signal to be transmitted. B, to combine multiple data streams over a single data channel. C, to allow multiple data streams over multiple channels in a prescribed format. D, to match the frequencies of signal at the transmitter as well as receiver. Answer is option B, to combine multiple data streams over a single data channel. This is the meaning of multiplexing. We know multiplexing means here it combines multiple number of signals over a single channel. Third question. We send voice signal from a microphone to recorder. The transmission is option A, baseband transmission. B, broadband transmission. C, both A and B. D, none of above. Answer is A, baseband transmission. As we've discussed in the today's session, if you want to send information, there's a original information. So here the voice signal is a low frequency signal, that is a message signal that we are transmitting from microphone to the recorder. We are going to use a baseband transmission. Question 4. Dash circuits are less reliable because any small changes in the circuit component will result in fault through variation in the performance. Option A, analog circuits. Option B, transistor circuit. Option C, digital circuits. D, switching circuits. This actually we discussed in our difference analog communication and digital communication. Answer is A, analog circuits, which are less reliable because any small change in a particular circuit component will result in a fault on its performance. Question 5. The capacity of certain existing systems can be increased by employing dash technique. Option A, time division multiplexing. Option B, frequency division multiplexing. Option C, analog multiplexing. Option D, digital multiplexing. Answer is D, digital multiplexing. Question 6. Frequency division multiplexing techniques are used in Option A, baseband communication. Option B, broadband communication. Option C, analog multiplexing. Option D, digital multiplexing. Answer is A, baseband communication. Broadband communication, sorry. Seventh question. Optical fibers and waveguides operates in dash frequencies. Option A, 30 gigahertz to 100 gigahertz. Option B, 30 megahertz to 300 gigahertz. Option C, 3 gigahertz to 30 gigahertz. Option D, 0.3 gigahertz to 3 gigahertz. Answer is A, 30 gigahertz to 100 gigahertz. Eighth question. There is no security to baseband transmission. The option is true or false. Answer is true. As we discussed, the baseband does not have any encoding process. So there is no security in the baseband transmission. Option D. Broadband long distance communication were made possible by the advent of Option A, telegraph cable. Option B, repeater amplifier. Option C, high frequency radio waves. Option D, geostationary satellites. Answer is B, repeater amplifiers. So long distance communication it's made possible because of the repeaters. Next question. A scheme in which several channels are interleaved and then transmitted together is known as Option A, frequency division multiplexing. Option B, time division multiplex. C, a group. D, a supergroup. Answer is A, frequency division multiplexing. Here we are going to combine several channels over a single transmission medium. Thank you.